In a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies, our protagonist, DMC Akira Tendo, once a hopeful and enthusiastic young worker, had become disillusioned with his life. He had endured years of relentless overwork at an exploitative corporation, witnessing his colleagues slowly turn into their own versions of zombies, working endless hours and counting their unpaid overtime with grim determination. The story begins with a vivid and horrifying scene, a ruined city filled with fires, explosions, and fast ravenous zombies. A man desperately flees from the relentless undead horde, setting the tone for the chaos and despair of this new world. But this nightmare scenario is just a movie that the MC Akira Tendo is watching from the comfort of his small depressing room while slurping down noodles. Akira envies the man in the movie because, in contrast to his own existence, all the character does is feel depressed and work. His eyes bear the dark circles of regret and exhaustion. It's clear that he has lost his initial enthusiasm and dreams. 3 years ago, Akira started his dream job at a production company, brimming with hope and a bright smile, only to be disillusioned by the harsh realities of corporate life. He meets Otori, the love of his life, at work, and it's love at first sight. However, their workplace is a relentless grind, with colleagues working late into the night, forsaking personal lives, and focusing on racking up unpaid overtime hours. Akira's perspective on work undergoes a transformation. He becomes motivated to excel and make a good impression on Otori, despite the toll it takes on his mental and physical health. The company offers vacation and days off, but no one takes them, leaving them with dark circles under their eyes. The CEOs and higher-ups seem detached from the employees' suffering, and everyone competes to see who can work the most unpaid overtime hours. Akira, however, perceives the department chief as a passionate mentor, which moves him to tears. As the story progresses, Akira's once bright enthusiasm dwindles. He begins to resemble his senior colleagues, sacrificing personal hygiene and well-being for the demands of the job. One fateful night, he is tasked with yet another all-nighter, and this time it becomes the last straw. On his way home, he questions why he continues to work in such a soul-crushing environment. Yet, he clings to the idea that his company might not be as bad as others, a coping mechanism to avoid confronting the harsh reality of his situation. 3 years into the job, Akira's mental health is at its lowest point. He contemplates ending it all, but fate intervenes as a sudden zombie apocalypse sweeps the world overnight. As he attempts to pay for his bike space rental, he stumbles upon a zombie attack in his building. Realizing that he no longer has a job to return to, he escapes with a newfound smile on his face, embracing his escape from corporate drudgery. Akira's world transforms from monochrome to chaos as he navigates a world filled with zombies and danger. However, he starts to embrace the chaos, even finding a sadistic pleasure in it. With newfound freedom, he sets out to confess his feelings to Otori, who might have become one of the zombies. His journey through this chaotic world begins as he stands up against zombie Otori and, heartbroken, utters his feelings to her. Despite the grim circumstances, he finds a renewed sense of purpose. The story takes a dramatic twist as he encounters more survivors, such as Mr. and Mrs. Kasaka, who are also trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. Akira offers to help them gather supplies, forming unexpected bonds in this unforgiving world. Despite the bleak situation, Akira's determination to survive and find happiness drives him forward. He continues his quest for beer, viewing it as a symbol of his newfound freedom, while also seeking to fulfill a list of 100 things to do before becoming a zombie. As the sun set, a truck's rumbling engine attracted a horde of zombies toward the store where the MC Akira Tendo and a mysterious girl were present. The MC tried to protect her, but was surprised when she tossed him aside just as the truck collided with the zombies, resulting in their demise. The girl disappeared quickly, leaving the MC bewildered yet enlightened by her decision. He realized her wisdom in choosing survival. The MC then spotted a scooter on the road and used it to escape, eventually finding his dream motorcycle, a Harley Davidson. Returning to his apartment building, the MC discovered that his neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Kasaka, had met a gruesome fate. This grim reminder prompted him to create a bucket list of things he wanted to do. Meanwhile, Shizuka Mikazuki, the girl from earlier, had her own routine, combining exercise with survival preparations. Shizuka studied the zombies' behavior meticulously, even venturing out to gather data using a camera-equipped bicycle. She encountered the MC at the store and noticed his enthusiasm for beer, which made her reflect on her own choices. The narrative briefly explored Sho's bar in Shinjuku, a haven for survivors. The MC's journey to Shinjuku was driven by his desire to reunite with Kensho, a friend from college, and mend their strained friendship. The MC used the car horn to distract zombies and reached the hotel where Kensho was believed to be. His hope for a reunion filled him with determination as he ventured deeper into the heart of Shinjuku City. Kensho cautiously made his way towards the exit, unsure of what had transpired inside the building. Suddenly, the MC startled him by sneaking up and calling his name. Kensho was taken aback, but eventually faced the MC, his expression filled with disbelief. Kensho shared his belief that the MC had been right all along. He should have quit his exploitative job instead of resenting Kensho's success. The MC's tears welled up as he acknowledged Kensho's wisdom. He apologized for his jealousy and anger, realizing that he had taken out his frustrations on his friend. As the MC cried and Kensho listened, zombies began to close in on them. With no other option, they rushed upstairs to escape. Reaching the rooftop, Kensho attempted to secure the door, but the relentless zombie onslaught made it clear that their barricade wouldn't hold for long. Panic set in as they contemplated their next move. The MC suggested a daring plan. They should leap to the adjacent building. Kensho hesitated, deeming it impossible. However, the MC, fearless and determined, made the jump successfully, urging Kensho to follow suit. Kensho remained hesitant but eventually took the leap, shedding his clothes in the process. The two friends found themselves on a different rooftop, relieved to have escaped from the zombie horde. Kensho, still in disbelief, opened up to the MC about the true nature of his job. He confessed that, despite his outward success, he had been unhappy. He revealed that his childhood dream was to become a stand-up comic, a dream that had taken a backseat to his pursuit of wealth and status. The friends found solace in their honesty and began planning their next steps. Kensho shared his dream of becoming a stand-up comic with the MC, who decided to support him on this adventure. Together, they continued their journey through the zombie-infested world. Days passed, and the MC and Kensho found themselves in the countryside. The MC reminisced about a childhood memory in which he had briefly confronted bullies who were mistreating a friend's dog. The memory inspired the MC to add another item to his bucket list. As they spent their days surviving, Kensho discovered news online suggesting that some parts of the countryside, like Hokkaido, might still be safe. The MC found hope that his family could be alive in one of these secluded areas. The MC shared his new aspiration with Kensho, to become a superhero. Kensho was initially incredulous, pointing out that the MC had no superpowers. However, the MC's determination and the desire to fulfill his childhood dream convinced Kensho to support him. The MC also revealed that he had researched how to deal with zombies, and Kensho reluctantly agreed to assist him in his superhero quest. They decided to make most of their time and visited an aquarium they hadn't been to since childhood. Inside the aquarium, they discovered that it had fallen into disrepair, with even the fish turned into zombies. Undeterred, they ventured into the backrooms and found a diving suit, which the MC decided to modify into a superhero costume. With their new goals set and their friendship stronger than ever, the MC and Kensho continued their journey through the post-apocalyptic world, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As the MC toiled under the scorching sun, sweat pouring down his brow, he couldn't help but recall the nightmare of his past employment at the same company. The memories of his former boss, Kasugi, and the oppressive work environment weighed heavily on his mind. The mere sight of Kasugi brought back a tidal wave of anxiety and frustration, stirring up feelings he thought he had buried. But the MC was determined to rise above it all. He knew that there were still dreams he needed to chase, bucket list items to check off, and a life to live despite the zombie-infested world around him. He cast a glance around at his fellow workers, their faces etched with exhaustion and resignation, and realized that they too were prisoners of this corporate dystopia. What perplexed the MC even more was the company's surreal utilization of zombies. They used the undead as beasts of burden, strapping them to carts to haul cargo and goods. To Kasugi, zombies were nothing more than tools, no different from the beleaguered employees he berated and controlled with an iron fist. The MC's first night at the company was both eerie and absurd. The workers were promised a welcome party by Kasugi, and even though the MC knew it was just a ruse to boost morale temporarily, he couldn't help but feel a flicker of hope. The other employees, donned in baseball outfits, were thrilled by the prospect of a feast and quality drinks, mistaking Kasugi's intentions. However, the MC's heart sank when Kasugi delivered a menacing glare, reminding him that he was, in Kasugi's eyes, even more worthless than the zombies. Kasugi's words cut deep, reawakening the scars of his past. He felt trapped, working tirelessly like a zombie in an environment where his humanity was stripped away. The situation served as a stark reminder that despite the zombie apocalypse, certain aspects of human nature persisted. The ruthless exploitation of workers, power dynamics, and the dehumanization of individuals were still present. It was a twisted reflection of the corporate world the MC had left behind. But even in this dire situation, the MC couldn't shake off his determination to break free. He knew he had allies in Tendo and Shizuka, and they were all driven by their own motivations and dreams. They had come together in this chaotic world to chase their bucket lists and rediscover their humanity. As the days passed, the MC, Tendo, and Shizuka forged an unbreakable bond. The trials and tribulations they faced in Kasugi's company only strengthened their resolve. They would find a way to escape, to continue living their lives, and to ensure they didn't become mere cogs in a heartless machine. With each passing day, the trio planned their escape, knowing that they had to outsmart Kasugi and the dire circumstances that surrounded them. They leaned on each other for support, drawing strength from their shared determination to break free from the shackles of their pasts and the oppression of a world overrun by zombies. In the aftermath of their arduous labor under Kasugi's oppressive rule, Tendo and Shizuka found themselves in the company's infirmary. They empathized with the MC, realizing that Kasugi was his former boss and they didn't want him to endure the same suffering he'd faced before. As the sun set, Kasugi followed through on his promise to treat everyone. However, his idea of everyone only included his favorite team, the boys who worked for him. Those indebted to Kasugi, like the MC, were relegated to servitude, serving the privileged few. The sight of the MC and others toiling harder only to cater to Kasugi's whims dredged up painful memories for Shizuka. Her own traumatic childhood, where her father treated her as a laborer, came flooding back. The MC's exhaustion was evident after a grueling day of hauling goods, yet he was still serving Kasugi's demands deep into the night. Kasugi's misogynistic behavior continued when he humiliated an elderly woman and insisted that a young girl, Shizuka, serve him. Shizuka snapped, questioning why they should endure this treatment. The MC, too, faced another one of Kasugi's manipulative tactics when he handed him an empty beer bottle. The situation escalated when a hidden zombie inside a truck caused panic. A collision between vehicles unleashed a horde of zombies, leading to chaos. Amidst the turmoil, the MC's quick thinking and daring plan involving an emergency flare saved the group. It created a diversion that allowed them to escape the encroaching zombies. Shizuka couldn't help but admire the MC's courage and resourcefulness. His actions resonated with the other workers who had grown tired of Kasugi's tyranny. They confronted Kasugi, exposing his true nature. The MC's leadership, in contrast, earned their respect. As the survivors departed, they left Kasugi behind, abandoned by those he had oppressed. The MC, Tendo, Shizuka, and the others continued their journey towards Gunma, forever changed by their shared experiences.